was unhinged. That was the most normal game of the season. How? Visiting player returns to his hometown and has a huge night in front of a building full of Leaf fans? Okay, yeah, now that you mention it. Let's go! Do you have a humiliation kit? This is all I ask you to do. I'm having a great finger flick. You're allowed to show up. This team is ruining my life. I'm taking crazy pills. With you, wherever you are, welcome to LFR. Victory, puppies! Iggy, you get a hat trick of treats. That's okay. You'll catch the next one. Hey, listen. Since William Nylander was born in Calgary and we only heard that 46 times during the broadcast, why isn't he playing for Canada? Woo! Leafs win! 6-3 over the Calgary Flames. The Leafs are 2-0 in their Center of the Universe tour, which is what we should call this every year. Lots to talk about with that game. Lots to talk about. But first, before we go any further, I want to talk about an amazing gift idea for the Valentine in your life. Let's see what's in this. Ooh, look. My voucher. It's called Tingly. Tingly offers over 10,000 experiences in over 100 countries. For example, you could go make pizza in Italy. How about a Vancouver walking food tour? Your gift boxes are perfect if you want to give someone an unforgettable moment instead of material items. These gifts have no expiration date. They're planet friendly and include free exchanges and global availability. The best part of this is the person gets to choose what experience they want and when they do it. Here's how it works. Go on the website, pick out a gift box. There's a lot of different kinds you can get. Tingly will deliver either an e-voucher or a gift box, and then your recipient can choose their activity. I'd personally love the pizza making in Italy because I've always wanted to go to Italy and I love pizza. Get the best Tingly Valentine's Day deal like this. Use the code STEVE, STEVE at checkout for 20% off gift boxes. So go ahead to tingly.com, that's TINGGLY.com/Steve today. So get the gift of an experience for someone in your life today. Thanks to Tingly for sponsoring today's video. Well, that was a great job, me. Thanks, me. Okay, so here's the thing. There were 9 goals in this game. 11 if you count the ones that didn't count. Dude, this was a 6-3 final, a 9-goal game. It was 1-0 after the first. John Tavares bats one out of the air with the skin of his hockey stick, and hockey sticks don't have skin. That's how little he touched it. And they review it and they said, how dare you? That's a high stick. No! Joel Farabee, he's a Joel fairly new Calgary Flame. He scores one. And immediately they say, oh, they're gonna review it. Craig Berube said, let's review it. And right away I'm like, oh, offside? This one's coming back. And then they're like, no, goalie interference. And I went, oh, I have no idea how this is gonna go. This is either gonna be great or the start of a very long night. It ended up being both, because even though that goal was disallowed, and they made Joel Farabee give back his first goal as a Flame puck, about 9 minutes, 8 or 9 minutes in reviews had elapsed, and only 8 or 9 minutes of the game had elapsed. We're all gonna be here till midnight! And we did actually end up being here until midnight. But it was worth it because they won, but we didn't know that at the time. It was very stressful. And of course, the only goal of the first period that actually counted was Matt Coronado, who Matt scores a lotto. I'm not really gonna break the play down like there was something better the Leafs could have done because it was a 5-on-3. Connor Timmins hooks Blake Coleman in the neutral zone. You drive your coach nuts with those. In what has to be a record, 8 seconds later, Jake McKay puts the puck over the glass, and you basically have a full 2-minute 5-on-3. Not only is it nearly a full 2-minute 5-on-3, but those are 2 penalty-killing defensemen who are in the box for you. Oh, and Mitch Marner's not even playing this game because he's hurt. Connor Dewar also hurt, and hey, don't give me that look. He matters on the penalty kill, all right? Anyway, it led to a not great situation, and then they scored. They lasted longer than they thought. There was a time where I was like, they might actually do the. Oh, they didn't do it. So they head to the first intermission, and I'm grumpy. Like, they can't score. Be nice if they could score a power play goal. Be nice if they could get a power play. 3 penalties were called on the Leafs in the first period to Calgary's none. I'm not complaining about it. Actually, any Flames fans in here, you know exactly what's coming, right? Like, you knew what was about to happen next. If you guessed the next 2 are going against you, you're absolutely correct. Count your blessings. You're lucky it wasn't the next 3. Buddy, this power play since mid-January is electric. Closing in on a month of the Leafs having the hottest power play in the NHL, which seemed impossible at times this season. Now, something happened during the broadcast of this game. It was before puck drop, so you might have missed it. Gord Miller, play-by-play commentator, talked about how how William Nylander had never scored in this building. Had never scored in Calgary, never scored in the Saddle Dome. And just instinctually, it was like, no, oh, you jinxed it. Wait. No. That was a good one. That was a good. Yeah, say that again. No, don't. You might cancel it out. Okay, sure enough, it's a laser beam. Leafs tie the thing up. And what did we just talk about? You got 3 penalties called in your favor in the first period. It's coming back now. Soft call on Braden Bacall. No, it's interference. Sit in the box. And Austin Matthews, it sends the pass to John Tavares. You thought he was going to shoot it. So did everyone else. JT, nasty backhander. This is the second straight game the Leafs have got a nasty backhander power play goal in Edmonton. It was Bobbert McMobbert, and in this one, it was JT, who looks just fine and dandy to me. Leafs take the lead. JT, who, by the way, is playing with a knee brace, which he looks fine. Like, so I'm not worried about it because he looks fine, but like now I have that information and I hate it. Okay, if I put 2 donuts in front of you and I'm like, okay, this one's chocolate, you go, I understand. And don't worry about this one. Don't worry about this one? That's what I said. Well, that's kind of making me worried. Why? I expressly told you not to. I wasn't worried about the knee brace until I found out about it. And it's like, he scored and played well, Steven, what's your problem? It starts with an A and ends with anxiety. Anyway, I think I was talking about the Leafs having a 2-1 lead because they had 2 power play goals and no one else is going to get a power play. Oh no, not you again. Howdy cowpokes, it's been a while, but welcome back to another edition of Drawing Penalties with Nazem Kadri, Bob Ross. First, what we're going to do is we're going to identify number 2 in blue. It's a helpful rhyme. Once you identify 2 in blue, that's Simone Benoit, he's probably going to do something to you that's going to warrant a penalty. Usually it's not going to be that bad. Maybe he'll wrap you up, something like that, like a hook. But sometimes it gives you a smile that looks a little something like this, where you might lose a tooth, but you don't lose your smile. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a red to, oh, I think my son used a black marker along with this, right next to the blue 2, because you're about to tie it 2-2 on the PP. And if that wasn't bad enough, they took another one again. It's another 5-on-3. It's another Calgary goal, and it's tied 2-2. We have seen 6 goals in this game. 2 of them weren't allowed. 2 of them were 5-on-3 goals, and the others were Leafs power play goals. It's just too much! You asked me to shoot a video after midnight, this is what you get. But a little under 7 minutes later, this is when the game finally breaks open. I don't know if it's dumb luck or if it's just a trend I'm starting to notice where Bobby McMahon is really good at this. The puck is in the offensive zone. The puck takes an unfortunate bounce off the boards, unfortunate for Calgary, and all of a sudden Bobby McMahon is gone the other way for an odd man rush. Now, apparently before the game, William Nylander said he didn't really bother looking at the scouting report, which is hilarious because then he went out and got a hat trick. We'll talk about that in a minute. I wonder if the Calgary Flames looked at the Leafs scouting report, because very early on in this 2-on-1, Steven Lorentz gives the puck to Bobby McMahon. Now, anyone who's ever watched these two play, especially this year, knows what's happening. McMahon's gonna shoot, and it's probably gonna go in. But your best chance of stopping him is at very least knowing that he's about to shoot. Lorentz passes it, and gosh darn near, like, he nearly put his stick, like, over his knees and just chilled. Like, he almost got a ticket in popcorn. And then he was sort of like, oh, I gotta pretend like he might give it to me. Yeah, Bobby McMahon just turns it into a laser beam. Pew, 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 pew. That's number 16 on the season for Bobby McMahon, dude. This guy's gonna end this season with 20 plus goals. We can be pretty confident of that. He's probably gonna hit 25? Might even, if he heats up, 30's not impossible. It's definitely unlikely, but it's possible. And he is in the first year of a 3-year, $1.35 million contract. Oh, you're the best. There could be happy Brads too. And then hilariously, with less than 2 minutes to go in the second, Max Pacioretty does what Steven Lorentz did. He hands William Nylander the puck and just went, have fun. I'm not getting this puck. I don't expect this puck. You do whatever you want with that puck. And that's what Willie did. That's what Willie does. Dustin Wolf, this poor kid. First of all, whenever he makes a save and all the fans go, oh, that's the friggin' coolest thing ever. Big fan of that. Big fan. Also, listen, in any other season, Lane Hudson wins the Calder in a walk. Like, being a defenseman, playing the amount of time he is, the points that he's putting up, any other season, he wins the Calder in a walk. Dustin Wolf is the starting goalie as a rookie with a great record and good statistics, and his team is in a playoff race. Imagine that. Two high-profile players, one of them plays for the Montreal Canadiens, the other plays for the Calgary Flames, and who wins the individual trophy is going to come down to which one of their teams makes the playoffs. Some of you are going to be like, oh, that's a really good one. And others are going to be like, Steven, I don't remember 2003. Which, yeah, fair. Anyway, the Leafs head into second intermission up 4-2. Mixed in some even strength goals. Weird. And then a little under 6 minutes to go in the third. Lots of time left in the game. Very strange moment. Matthews has a breakaway. Does he bury it? No, it was weird. Domi fights for it. Domi's up playing where Marner usually does, by the way. He can't get it. Now, all Matthew Nyes has to do is pool cue it into a wide open net, and he does after bonking heads with one of the Calgary Flames. Because of the chaos of that goal, I had no idea that that was actually Nyes' 20th of the season. Speaking of guys who might just hit 30, Nyes might just hit 30. But here's the truly mystifying part. After a goal got called back in the first period for goalie interference, the Flames had a legitimate beef with this goal. Like, Max Domi crashes into and takes Dustin Wolf out of the play. Now, did the Flames defender take Domi into Wolf? Great question. I don't know, dude. That goal puts you down 3 in the third period. What do you got to lose? If the Leafs didn't already have 2 power play goals in this game, do the Flames make a different decision here? Because if they get the challenge wrong, then the Leafs get a power play. But if they get it right, it's 4-2 again. Which would have really mattered when Joel Farabee scored a goal that actually counted this time 18 seconds later to make it 5-3. Listen, it's a goalie interference challenge. You have no idea how that's gonna go, but there is a world where that goal would have made it 4-3. And the rest of the game all of a sudden gets a lot more tight. But by the end of the game, the only thing that was tight was the bag stuffed full of hats! William Nylander strips Mackenzie Weegar on the breakaway! Hats! Hats galore! Look at all these hats! William Nylander, who has had nearly 40 multi-goal games in his NHL career, that is somehow just the second hat trick of his entire career, and it just so happens that it was 8 years to the day since his last one. Now, you don't know if I'm doing this honestly, but trust me, I'm doing this honestly. William Nylander got his first career hat trick in a game against Boston, and it was in Boston. It was against Tuukka Rask. Tuukka Rask was the goalie. The Leafs had a 4-1 lead. They choked on that 4-1 lead in Boston, but if I'm not mistaken, the Leafs won. That's the only detail I'm not totally sure about. Okay, I'm gonna look it up to make sure I was right. Hey, whoa! 2017 was 8 years ago? This was his rookie year! Okay, this is cracked. This is ridiculous. After the first period, it's 1-1. Normal game. 8:31 into the second, JVR scores 2-1. About 30 seconds later, William Nylander scores 3-1, his second of the game. And just over a minute after that, William Nylander scores to get his first career NHL hat trick. They scored 3 goals in about 90 seconds. The Bruins score a goal to make it 4-2 about 30 seconds later. Krug got another one to bring the Bruins within 1 before the end of the second. Halfway through the third, Ryan Spooner ties it. Connor Brown scores. Bergeron ties it again with 3 minutes to go. You stink. And JVR gets one with about 90 seconds to go. Leafs win 6-5. So when we look at Craig Berube's style and we're like, hey, this is a little boring. No, we're wrong. No, guys, this is what hockey looks like usually, actually. This whole, like, Matthews, Marner, Nylander era has been, no. This isn't what it's supposed to look like at all. Who told you that? Anyway, knew they won. Wasn't totally sure, but I knew they won. I don't remember it being that insane. Questions. So, the Leafs played a good game for their only matchup against the Flames this season. You think the St. Pats can live up to that when the Flames come to Toronto in March? When the Flames visit, the Leafs are going to be in their St. Pat's jerseys? Oh, that's going to be an unbelievable jersey matchup, because the Leafs, their St. Pat's jersey is white, even though I always ask for it to be green, but it's white. That means the Flames are going to be wearing their red jerseys. That is going to be the sexiest friggin' jersey matchup. Thank you for pointing that out, and also I hope the Leafs win again. I like this question because it got answered by a later comment. Is it weird that I still think they need to shoot more? Not weird, truthful. when Steve says go to the net, he's including the puck! It should also go to the net. Yeah, what he said. That's right. Most of the Leafs should shoot more. As a team, they should shoot more. Except Max, man. Decent enough game. Like, I'm not going to pick on the guy too much. He's playing up in the top line, which he hasn't done very much this year. But I can't watch him hit another shin pad. He's the only guy on this team. I'm like, no, actually, please shoot less. Dude, it's part of what got their power play off the schneid. Go to the net, man. It's hockey. It's hockey. The puck is made of rubber. You're on ice. It's hockey. The only reason hockey exists is because it has existed for over 100 years. We would never come up with a sport from scratch today. Skating around on an ice sheet on knife shoes with a ball? No, heavens no, not a ball. It's something that's rock solid and bouncy at the same time. Oh, kind of like a lacrosse ball? Simultaneously, yes, and also no, nothing like it. Oh, can you beat the crap out of each other? Yeah, no, that stays. It's a silly sport, and we love it. And tonight, our hockey team won at it. By the way, for me, in the comments, shout out producer Drew. He is getting this video at 1:35 in the morning. And hey, be forewarned, Thursday, when the Leafs play the Seattle Kraken at 10 p.m. our time, that is when it starts, you're not getting the LFR that night. That is a next morning job because we're humans, okay? Okay. For now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. You'll need a coffee today, but you'll be happy about it.